Good evening, everybody. This is Tess Crawley of Dr. Tess Crawley and Associates Psychology, including Hobart Perinatal Psychology and Rural Psychology Tasmania. So I'm coming to you this Wednesday evening, and you can see it's getting dark outside. There's a rather spectacular evening unfolding behind me. I just wanted to touch base. I did try and post a video earlier today, and unfortunately my NBN connection let me down. Good evening, Brooklyn. Thank you for joining me tonight. Yes, my NBN connection let me down earlier today, and so great big chunks of what I was talking about were lost. So I thought I'd come back and have another go. Today I was talking about mindset. So I was talking about the set of assumptions that we unwittingly carry around in our heads sometimes that can influence our attitudes, can even influence our relationships with other people, can influence how we go at work. And today I was talking about this concept of an abundance versus a scarcity mindset. And this is, put really simply, is where we believe that we either have ample opportunity to achieve everything we want to achieve in life, or that we have scarce opportunity to achieve what we need to achieve. And in that mindset, in that scarcity mindset, it can actually lead us to feeling quite competitive and quite under threat when others do well. So having an abundance mindset is actually quite good for our mental health. It doesn't mean that you're going to be rich and wealthy and famous just because you have an abundance mindset. But if you can imagine, someone who truly believes that there's plenty of opportunity to succeed is more likely to chase down some of those opportunities. Where if someone really believes that there are no opportunities for them and that the world constantly overlooks them in favour of others, they're going to be inclined to give up and perhaps not pursue those opportunities that might be there and that they might be overlooking. So I'm only going to introduce the topic tonight because it's actually quite a big topic, and it's a topic that I'm getting my head around at the moment too. And the reason I decided to post about it today was a member of my team had actually asked me to talk a little bit more about it, because we did a team activity recently looking at scarcity versus abundance mindset as it relates to growth, and as it relates to growth both for individual clinicians in my team, but also growth for the practice as a whole. So she asked if I could talk about it a little bit more. So I thought I would introduce the topic today to get you all thinking. So I thought about, what if we looked at the abundance versus scarcity mindset concept in the workplace. So if you can imagine that you're working in a team and you're working away, minding your own business, doing your own job, and somebody alongside you is promoted into a leadership position. If you were someone who possessed an abundance mindset, you might be able to see that promotion as something that benefits the team as a whole, and you might be able to see what opportunities that can bring to the entire team, including, of course, yourself. And so you might actually be able to feel quite excited for your colleague, for the opportunity that's been presented to them, and to support them as they make the transition into their new role. On the other hand, if you have a scarcity mindset, if you're typically holding on to a scarcity mindset without realizing it, you might feel quite threatened by the fact that somebody working alongside you has been promoted above you. You might feel resentful that you've been seemingly overlooked for promotion, and you might feel quite angry, and that might bring you into conflict, perhaps both with your employers and your colleague who's now in a leadership position. So it might actually make it hard for you to adjust to the transition that your colleague's going to make as they move into that leadership role. So you can imagine between those two examples that one would lead to positive growth within the organisation and for you personally, and the other would lead to conflict and an unpleasant working environment and may well see you leaving that job. So I think it's really important to have a think about, what does scarcity and abundance mean to each of us? How does it affect our relationships with each other? Do we applaud the successes of those who we work alongside or friends and family, or do we feel threatened by the success of others? So having a think about what that means to you and having a think about how that might influence how you behave at work. I do have some abundance mindset activities that I thought I would share with you, but I'm not going to do that today. I thought I'll just leave this little seed of thought in your minds. I've got some other ideas that I'm wanting to share with you around this mindset concept. And I will share those with you in due course. I'm sorry you missed the earlier video that I did today. I'm sure I talked about some other interesting ideas related to this concept, but unfortunately they're lost. But I will bring more ideas about this to you over time. So that's all for me tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you will like or share or comment on this post if you found it helpful. Don't forget to ask me any questions. I'm more than happy to answer questions in the comments. Also, if you're watching via YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you get notifications of future posts. If you're watching via Facebook, you can also be notified when I'm live if you look to edit your notifications on this particular post, and there'll be an option there for you to be notified when I'm live. So follow those prompts, and perhaps in future videos we'll be able to interact with each other, just like I did with Brooklyn earlier in the post. Look forward to talking to you again soon. All the best for a lovely night. Bye-bye.